Over the last few months, we have seen heartbreaking scenes from across the Middle East, countries that have been devastated by war and conflict. Thousands of lives have been lost, homes have been destroyed, hopes and dreams have been dashed. For the survivors, life is an ongoing struggle. In Syria, more than 3 years has passed, and the civil war shows no sign of ending. Earlier this year, we took Reverend Maggie Lane to see the work of Tearfund's partners in Lebanon and Jordan, who are providing vital support to those affected by this disaster.
I hadn't appreciated before I went the enormity of the problem and was just shocked to hear that 9 million Syrians have been displaced from their homes. There are families, often large families, living in single rooms. It was people like you and me who had jobs and who had homes and cars and all the things that we take for granted. And in a moment, they're fleeing for their lives. Thanks to Tearfund and other organisations, they're given a mattress, blankets, some food, but they have nothing, absolutely nothing.
At least half of those affected are children. Growing up in this crisis, many have seen and experienced things no child should have to.
I would say there's not a child that's not traumatised in some way or another. So if a door slams loudly, or if an aeroplane's flying overhead, or if they hear fireworks in the street, it can just set them off.
But Tearfund's partners are not only providing practical needs, but bringing healing to the hidden injuries children hold.
On our first day there, we visited a kindergarten which is supported by Tearfund. It works with children aged 3 to 8 years old, 100 of them. But one little girl in particular really spoke to us. Her name was Nadia, she was 5 years old. And there was one particular day she was playing in the sand, and she made a hole in the sand with her hand and put her hand into the sand and covered it up and left it there. And our teacher asked Nadia, "What are you doing?" And she explained that she knew her dad was dead and she wanted her hand to go to her dad. And this was her symbolically doing it by burying her hand in the sand. So that sadness is there, and yet she's gotten better bit by bit. She's socialising with other children now. She's even being known to laugh. There's hope for this child. There's life returning to this child. And the play therapy and everything that Tearfund is doing through this kindergarten is making a difference to someone like Nadia and the 100 other children that are there. It's not hopeless. We can give, we can pray, and we can sow into what God is doing in this situation, because He is at work.